Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. And if this is the first time seeing me, I love this hoodie. You'll probably see it 15 more times. We are here to discuss the women of Atlanta, because only like 3 of them are housewives. Are y'all still watching? Are y'all still watching Real Housewives of Atlanta? This episode, I was so confused the whole episode. I took notes. I'm gonna be looking. Like I say, I love pen and paper, and we gonna go through it, child. Let's go through it. Because Porsha, what is the problem? Drew is gonna lie until she can't lie no more. And Angela, baby, what is you doing? Okay, let's get into it. So we start off in Shamea's third foyer on the 3rd floor of her $9 million home. I don't know where it's at in Honey, but it looked like an entertainment powwow Ponderosa place. Perfect place to talk about these things. Take notes, Married to Medicine. Quiet as it's kept and loud as it heard. Y'all still fighting on the interwebs. Get it together. Stop it. So Shamea, they left off with Shamea asking Drew if she's sleeping with Dennis. Even if she wasn't gonna tell the truth. But I don't think that she's sleeping with Dennis. And I couldn't remember the name of the man that Demetria was with him for so long, and then Phaedra said she dated him. Candy said she did. Roger Bob. How could I forget that? I think Sheree said that she dated him too. Dennis is out here being Roger Bob, and he is out here being Peter Thompson, wanting to be on camera. Like, don't nobody know. Like, this is messy. I understand it being messy. However, my confusion starts where Porsha is just up in arms about her being... I mean, all the things that Porsha said about Drew is correct. And I think it had more vigor and more swass on it because Porsha did literally, like, root for Drew to win. Like, she really did. Like, she know that Drew don't be telling the truth or whatever, you know... But it's just be little white lies. It's really not that serious. So she let her do all these things. And then the only thing that I would have been mad at is her trying to shoot a Go Naked hair commercial on the show. That's weird. That's dipping and diving in my business. I don't know what Drew's trying to do, and plus she didn't tell Porsha about it, so it looks even more shady. That's what I'm confused about. Why is she not more mad about that and more mad about Dennis? Is it because she's emotional and she thought Dennis was on her side and she don't want... I don't know. The confusion still lies. It's with Dennis complicate her life. And even when she tried to explain it in the confessional, she's like, I don't care what Dennis does. Basically what she's saying, I'm paraphrasing, I don't care what Dennis does outside these cameras, but you are in my territory. She said, this is my territory. You don't need to be coming over here and doing other things with other people when we trying to co-parent. But if y'all co-parenting is so great, what's the big deal? I just don't get it. I would want somebody to explain it to me like I'm too. Like, seriously, because I don't get it. I get her halfway. I get her. I get like him filming with somebody else. It looks like Dennis, the menace, be slick with his mouth and she can't control him. So if he's filming with Drew and she know how messy Drew is, she's going to come up in the conversation. I think that's where she's coming from. It's gotta be. Because like, what's the big deal? Just say, if y'all film, for me, if it was me, I would say, if y'all filming, don't talk about me. Talk about your music. Don't bring me up. Period. Because I am going through something else right now, and anything y'all do or say about me can be used against me. I'm trying to be on this show, watching my P's and Q's. there's stuff going on, can't film in the house, blah, 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 blah. You know, there's a lot of things going on for Porsha. But my thing is the way that she's going about her anger and her annoyance is giving more credence to Drew and less on Dennis. Because at the end of the episode, she was giving him her tears about the whole situation and then cuss him out in the car with her hot mic. And the two just didn't equivalent. The two emotions did not go together. I just didn't understand. The way that she was in the car is how she should have been the whole time. I know that she's going through a lot and everything is hypersensitive right now, but you on this reality show during the time that you're divorcing Simon, so you know how stressed out this setting is. I don't know if I have too much sympathy for you there, Porsha. Sorry. Shamea and her surrogate. Oh my God. That story it touched me, and it gives very much credit to Shadina, and Shadina's business, because women who can't have babies, who want to have children and can't have children, I don't want to say it's the worst feeling, but it has to be horrible, because if there weren't surrogacy is not legal in other places. So like women who can't conceive, they would either have to go out of the country or they would have to adopt. And so there's nothing wrong with adoption. I am going off on a tangent, but some people just want to have their own kid. And I don't knock people for that. Now there are people that are, beautiful people and they'll adopt anybody or any type of child because they want to have a child or they want to just help that person live a better life. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing wrong with somebody saying that I want to have my own child. And surrogacy is I'm giving you my egg and my husband's DNA combined and putting it in you, and you are going to incubate my baby. And the fact that that woman carried that baby for so long and then got cancer, so many emotions, like all of the emotions that Shadina had and Shamea had were so valid in what they were feeling, but it was not dismissive of either of their feelings. Because Shamea wanted a healthy baby, but she's not blaming Shadina. She's blaming herself. And Shadina's blaming herself because Shamea don't have a healthy baby. So it was tough to listen to, but it was so nice to see and refreshing to see that that's the kind of relationship that they had. That's all I have to say about that. It was a great reality TV, real world overlap. Child, now we finally get to see what Angela got going on, honey. Because, the first episode, we didn't really see much of her except, Charles telling her to fix her situation. And she went ahead and did that and fixed it like nothing happened. Good for you, girl. But this episode, you was doing a little bit too much. However, we do like an honest king on these reality shows. Him and Mike, we're going to talk about Mike later. That's Brittany's husband. Angela and Charles Oakley. I want to call him Charles Barkley so bad. Charles Oakley, if she tell us one more time, I'm married to the Charles Oakley, I'm married to the Charles Oakley, girl, if we take a shot, we'll be spinning and dipping and diving for 3 days. As many times as you tell us that that man is your husband. We get it. We get it. We like him too. I mean, kids are the same in any tax bracket that their parents are in, because how you 24 years old living in a house and don't clean up after yourself and then say, I thought I cleaned it up. Girl, you sound like my 16-year-old. I thought that I blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't thought. You knew you didn't do it. You just saying to yourself that you should have did it and that you thought you did it, but you didn't do it. Anyway, Angela and her coins. Good for you, baby. 5 investment properties. That's a lot. That's a headache. You must employ a lot of people because that's a lot. Charles Oakley calling them ladies lames. Same. I feel the same, Charles. I feel the exact same, including your wife. So sorry, not sorry. Because then we go to the gym with Drew, Shamea, and Angela. Child. Angela done on Drew's side. Because, you know, they both from Chicago. And they known each other for years. They knew of each other. They are not friends. Anyway. So, they go into the gym, child. Oh, let me backtrack. One thing that Charles said that made me cackle as well is when he was like, I wouldn't want nobody working with my ex. And then he said, I didn't want to work with them lanes, blah, 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 if he was her ex. And then she said, he's like, you work with your ex too? She was like, no, I didn't. And then she said, well, he said, well, got a whole lot of water in it, don't it? If that ain't an old man saying, I'm going to use it though. I'm going to use it. That was funny to me. Okay, so now we get Kenya and Porsha. Oh, what a season we would have had if Kenya didn't go down to the pits of hell. One thing about Porsha, now that she's like, I got a kid, I got my own problems, she's like, we too old to be fighting. Facts. Y'all actually too old to be fighting about the same exact thing all over again. But man, the season that we could have had, damn, we gotta savor it all the, even though I'm not a Kenya fan, I never really was. I mean, she did read Porsha for a couple seasons, she did, but I was never really a fan of her. She just gave off just fakeness from the very beginning, but whatever. She's been here for a while, and obviously now she's gone, but you know, she had a good run. I digress. So they're having a little lunch and they're having a conversation about Dennis, and Kenya's like, oh, I talked to Drew. Drew said, and I'm with Kenya. Like, I ain't never heard Dennis and music in the same sentence ever, never, never. Now they're going to come up with this little album, this kid's album that he made for Pilar. Child, this is a scheme that Todd set up to come with the... Because then Drew is in the gym explaining how Dennis came in and saved the day. It's just, I can't. Child. So Porsha is explaining how Simon was out here lying and she didn't know nothing about what was going on. She heard it in the news like everybody else basically, and they're talking about how he be on the internet, and Kenya's like, I need to turn my notifications off because he always posting something. Child, listen. This is the same exact behavior he gave to Fallon. That man ain't changed. That man ain't gonna change. Sorry, Porsha, you got scammed by a Nigerian. Point blank, period. I'm so sorry, baby. That man scammed you. He scammed you with his personality. He scammed you about his money. I mean, wherever he was getting his money from, is he still detained? I can't find it anywhere. Like, where he at? Anyway, I mean, all them things that she was saying about Simon, and it's just like, when I look back at it, when she and Simon got together, Porsha and Simon got together, Simon and her was on the internet acting real sassy, the both of them, going after Fallon, and Fallon had to make 5,000 videos, and then her and Jalen, like, it was, the four of them was a mess. And like I said in the first recap, I was tired of them. I was tired of them. It was so, all of them was being so messy. All of them was lying. Like, y'all should have put all of this on Housewives. This would have been a great, produced properly. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I digress. So yeah, we had their little dinner, and they were kikiing, the lunch, they was kikiing, and I mean, watching that scene, it gave me old school. It did give me old school RHOA. It really did. It really did. And I know this season ain't gonna give that, but I'm sure the reunion will. So now we are with Brittany and Mike, honey. And Brittany, she got her own ED agency, her own insurance. They got their own coin, and good for y'all. So her and Mike are in their kitchen talking about renovating and selling and the mother moving in. And Mike looks like he don't want to be there. Mike is talking to her, and the only thing that I laughed about, he was like, why everything gotta be so exact? And she's like, cause we're adults. I have that personality kind of, sort of, just like, just let the things happen how they happen. Why you gotta plan everything? Cause we're adults. You gotta plan. You gotta plan for the future. You gotta plan for tomorrow. You gotta plan for your next hour. Like, we're adults. Some things you gotta let happen, but you also have to plan for the things that may happen. Come on, Mike. So then they're talking about having a kid. We are having a kid this year. Is she pregnant? I don't follow none of them. Y'all let me know if she's pregnant. So mama come down or come up wherever her house or her room is in the house, and they're like, we want you to move in, and we having a baby this year. And he's like, allegedly. Child, allegedly. What that even mean? And the mom was like, no, it's gonna happen. And Brittany is like, yeah, no, it's happening. And her mom was like, yeah, no, yeah, it's gonna happen finally. And Mike is just like, am I not part of this situation? How's she gonna get pregnant without me? That's what his face looked like. And then they went downstairs to the sauna. I think that's what they said. And Mike was like, nah, I'm good. And the camera was just on him, and it really gave me Juan Dixon. It really gave, I don't want to be here. I'm here to support my wife. If she's not on the screen, I don't want to be on the screen by myself. Please get these cameras out of my kitchen. That's all I read in his face. Please go away. Please go away. That is what his face gave me. Oh my God. All right. So, Brittany and Kelli. Okay. So we finally get to this gym scene, right? So it's Drew, Angela, and Shamea. Shamea, they had a good workout. They sitting down. You know how they always just sit down. The owners give them space to film in their spaces. So Drew is like, I don't know. She's giving she want to be Queen Bee. Coming for Shamea, but you don't got the juice, babe. You don't got the juice, Drew. You saying that you're the only one that survived season 15. So what, babe? So what? I don't know. You better, whatever horse you find that's the horse from for you to sit on and think that you better. Honey, you better sell that horse. Because Drew, not you coming after Shamea, calling her a lap dog? Out the gate, you calling her a lap dog. And then Angela, first of all, Angela asked a question. Drew asked a question. Shamea was trying to answer it. Angela butted in. And did you ask that question for Porsha? Are you Porsha's assistant? What is y'all doing? And I'm glad Shamea checked it. She was like, you coming in hot, ain't you? Like, what is going on? Shamea said, I got my endorphins. I'm good and I'm gone. And she said, I'm out of here. She told that man, I will never see you again. Child, Drew is going down this path. Child, listen. I don't know. What I do know is that Drew is going to be eaten alive at that reunion. She gonna bring her set 10,000 props. All of it. All the stuff that's gonna go down in this season, Drew gonna get ate up. But whatever. We gonna wait. Drew is gonna live another day. She's gonna perform her song. Did y'all hear her new song? I ain't hear it yet. The one that Dennis produced. I ain't hear it yet. So I don't know. That scene at the gym bothered me so much. Like, what was the reason for that? Like, did they just come there to just slam on Shamea? What's really going on? That's y'all plan? That's y'all plan of action? To just gang up on Shamea because she's Porsha's friend? Ciao. Anyway, so then we finally get to Porsha at the end with her and Dennis and Pilar at the museum or whatever, or the play area. And she's just like asking the questions, and he's like, no. I mean, again, I do not believe that he is that low down now to sleep with Drew. Drew, on the other hand, I don't think she would. I think she would be highly. You know what? No. You know what I think she would do? I think if Dennis pushed up on her, she would take it as far as she would take it and then tell Porsha. Or tell somebody else that she know would tell Porsha. And then it will be a whole thing. Because then it will make her the person of interest. You coming to me, I ain't do nothing, I didn't tell him nothing, I didn't want to say nothing, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the type of person that Drew is. That's the type of person. I don't think that she would sleep with him. I don't think so. I'm iffy about it, but I think that she would make it more messy, not doing it and letting people imply and instigate it. And then it would be like a dig if Porsha came up, well, that's not my fault that your man or your ex want me, blah, 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 blah. You see what I'm saying? That's the girl that Drew Sidora is. That is the girl that she is, honey. Now, again, my confusion lies with Porsha. I don't know if she's not explaining it right. I don't know if I'm not understanding her. I just don't understand her anger in reference to Drew. Why is she giving Drew so much credence to this whole situation? Because it's mainly Dennis that she's mad at. Now, she's upset with Drew because, she's asking production, oh, I want to film with him. But it's really, if Dennis had said nah, it wouldn't have been an issue. Her gripe is like, Dennis, you are my child's father. You were supposed to be in my corner. Anything that happens on my territory, which is whatever, my territory, it can come up in a lot of things. It could, mess with my character. It could do all of this and all of that, blah, 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 blah. I get that part of it. But I just don't understand the vigor to Drew. Because the vigor I would have gave her is, girl, you trying to cut into my business making a commercial? What is going on? Instead of her being mad at Dennis, she should be equally mad at Dennis and Drew. But not to the level that she's mad at them at. I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but it's probably not coming across as coherent as I think it is. Porsha has her reasons for being mad at Drew valid. My feeling is that she should put all of that on Dennis. Because if Drew is asking production has to mic him. He can say no. He is not being paid for none of this. So, again, I give this episode a 6. That's just because I like Shamea. It really is given a 5, honestly. I think Brittany, Kelli, and Angela, the fact that they have money and can do it by themselves and they're housewives. Well, Kelly's not a housewife anymore, but it's like, I'm going to give them 2 more episodes and then I'm going to sporadically review it. Because if it's, I don't know. It's just, you can't always get that old thing back, right? You're never going to get that high that Nene and them gave us. You really not. And then when it came Porsha and them, and then when it came Candy and them, you're not going to get the same. You're not going to get that same high we used to get like season after season. We're going to see. I'm not feeling Kelli. I'm on the fence about Brittany and Angela, honestly. Because Angela is coming in hot on Shamea, and I don't like that. Shamea just out here trying to live her wealthy life, and y'all out here trying to call her a lapdog, Drew? You whack for that. And I was rooting for Drew, too. We was all rooting for you, girl. The first season you popped up on here. Now you and your lies is just getting on my nerves, just like how Mia and her lies is getting on my nerves. Listen, if you guys made it this far, I love y'all for that. Please subscribe. I would love for you guys to appreciate my videos and comment in the comment sections and let me know how y'all feel about this new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm on the fence about it. I'm going to give it a little go. I'm going to give it a go. Because we got a couple months looking at them on this screen. Next episode now, Shamea and Angela are going to get into it. And I'm here for it. I'm Team Shamea for now. Because things can always change. These new girls is new. And I don't like how they coming for the OGs. Even if she was a friend of. She been on this show more than y'all. I digress. I love y'all for being here. I love y'all for watching. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.